What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and things just got intense. They're getting real. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest with breaking news. This is your breaking news, stimulus check update, and stimulus package update. Now, as you guys know here on the channel, I just give you the facts. I let you know what's going on. Don't sugarcoat anything. I got to let you know the latest, which is going to be intensifying things with stimulus talks. Take a look at some of the headlines coming out, you guys, with inflation, gas prices on voters' minds. Biden's domestic agenda is muddied up by the war in Ukraine. And I've let you know that Russia attacking Ukraine is not only hurting that nation, but it's also causing supply chain issues and economic catastrophe on a global scale. We're seeing gas prices increase. There's now calls for gas stimulus checks because of the strain that we're feeling so intense here in the U.S. Also, food prices are increasing due to supply chain issues that are impacting the entire world. All of this is happening right now. And take a look at this, you guys. Ahead of the midterms in November, political experts are also warning that it won't be enough for Democrats to just sell last year's passage of the $1.2 trillion infrastructure law or the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. They're saying everything that the Biden administration has already done, that's great. But that is not taking care of the issues and the problems right now. And if Democrats want to stay in control in Congress, they have got to get something done. They are saying pass those gas stimulus checks, get out child tax credits, pass a revised Build Back Better bill, do something to address these issues. There's also $10 billion that has been stalled for vaccines and therapeutics. They want to send out more funding to Ukraine. All of these things, there's an assortment, a laundry list of different things that they're trying to get done. And none of it has gotten done, and they're saying if they don't get it done right away before those elections, it's very likely Democrats are going to be losing control of Congress. And take a look at this, you guys. Biden is going to be speaking on the U.S. backing Ukraine today. We're hearing that the president has come out and said he's going to be making an announcement. Now, in addition to that, if you missed my last video, we heard that the president is going to be doing executive orders to help do something with student loan debt. So they're starting to step up, bypass Congress and legislation. We're going to see what orders come out. But take a look at this, you guys. Also, Biden is going to be proposing streamlining how the U.S. will seize assets from Russian oligarchs to help with Ukraine. So they are doubling down on assisting Ukraine, taking those mega yachts and all those things from Russian oligarchs and using that to help support Ukraine. Now, you guys, here's the thing that is showing that we're going to be getting even more intense with this war in Russia and Ukraine, which is likely going to be causing more economic strain. Take a look at some of these articles coming out. Nuke-ready Putin vows lightning-fast retaliation against other nations in the Ukrainian war. And we're hearing there are now warnings of nuclear war and World War III coming from Russia, saying they are prepared to start nuking other nations that get involved. And things are getting pretty intense, and other nations are already starting to get pulled into this. Take a look at this, you guys. How Transnistria, a Russian-backed region of Moldova, is getting pulled into the war in Ukraine. We're hearing that it's being reported that Russia is now attacking the border of Moldova as well. So they are now moving on to their second nation, which had been rumored was going to be the next one for Russia to attack. And things are not slowing down. They're intensifying with Russia and Ukraine and now Moldova. And you guys, take a look at this. China just came out and warned, this coming out 2 days ago, they urge restraint after Russia warns of World War III to be starting up here very soon. As this is intensifying, they're saying things are going to be getting worse with this war. Now, you guys, take a look at this article from USA Today. President Joe Biden, he's signing executive orders for climate action on Earth Day in this photo. We're hearing more executive actions are going to be on the way. If you missed my last video, check it out right after this one. But they're saying that Biden has increased his traveling in a push to talk directly to Americans about the economy. As we're hearing, this is the number one concern right now of Americans. We've got to take care of our domestic economy. But there's so many different moving pieces that's causing this to happen, to cause these increased inflation prices, gas prices, food prices, that it's not just a domestic issue, but they're saying he needs to address it for the American people. Biden still hasn't moved forward on a smaller social spending plan known as the Build Back Better since it has stalled. And as you guys know, I let you know, we had heard that they were picking up the pace, and then Senator Joe Manchin just recently came out and said, no, it is not revived. Talks have just started up, and I do not support reviving anything right now. So that is currently on pause as well. And some Democrats want one more push to pass pieces of the Build Back Better. We had heard the president say chunks were going to be coming out and getting passed through Congress to help out people at this time. Now, Also, I let you guys know that just the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, they have gotten together and they are currently discussing the different ways that they're going to be assembling legislation to try to combat this record high inflation. 40 years since we've experienced this, on this increased food prices, all of these things going on with gas prices. Now, we had heard from Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi that in her opinion, the best way to combat this is to send out gas stimulus checks, monthly or quarterly checks to help out Americans at this time, because they're working on legislation to cut back those federal gas taxes. But what we're hearing is that if they do that, it does not necessarily mean that those gas companies are going to be lowering the prices. We're seeing oil come down, the price of oil, but not the price of gas. Not in a comparable difference to what we're seeing with oil. So they're saying in order to ensure that Americans get the help, we need to send out gas stimulus checks. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys, but that is currently what's unfolding right now with everything that's taking place. Now, we're hearing that President Joe Biden is going to be addressing this today. Congress is currently working away on this. Build Back Better is underway, and we're going to be seeing what unfolds. Now, I will keep you up to date here on the channel, but you guys, things are starting to get intense with Russia and Ukraine. We're hearing warnings of World War III. So I will keep you up to date as more information unfolds. As I mentioned, the president is going to be addressing this in a speech today. As soon as he does, I will let you know what's going to be happening here, what the next steps forward are going to be. But we're hearing it does not look like this is slowing down by any means. It looks like it's picking up. And this is likely going to be meaning that inflation, high gas prices, high food prices, all of these items that have been inflated recently are going to be staying that way for a while. So it looks like Congress is going to need to address this, and they're probably going to need to address this with legislation. Now, as I've let you know here on the channel, typical means of passing legislation through the Senate would be a 60 votes passage out of 100. So 50 Democrats plus 10 Republicans will be needed to pass through assistance, stimulus. But right now, Republicans are concerned about inflation, and they don't want to add more so to the debt. So it looks like that is not going to be a means of passing legislation. Next would be through reconciliation, which is a majority vote in the Senate. But right now, Democrats themselves are not unified enough to pass this through. So we're hearing, it looks like executive orders and executive actions, more of them will be on the way here very soon to get something done to help combat this record high inflation that we're experiencing in our economy. So you guys, that is the latest, and as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you'd like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. I share with you all my sources. I put them on the screen, read directly from the articles, so that way you know it's the latest. Come join the Ram fam, totally free. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and if you're interested, consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. I got a new video up talking about the buyout by Elon Musk of Twitter for $44 billion. And a lot of people are wondering what's going to be happening with former President Donald Trump's Twitter account. What is this going to mean for freedom of speech? What's going to be happening to the stock, as Elon Musk has said he's going to be unlocking new levels of potential that are unrealized by Twitter. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date, but you guys, that is the latest. Like I said, as more information comes out, I'll let you know right here. And as always, thank you so much for joining me once again. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.